The Surplus Property Division of the Georgia Department of Administrative Services adheres to a specific set of rules when it comes to personal property disposal flow, which we are going to be taking an in-depth look at in today's video. By law, there are 4 available disposal options: transfer to another state agency, negotiated sale to a local government or eligible nonprofit organization, sale to the public through a bidding process, or destruction. All state surplus transactions are processed online. There are other instructional videos available to describe this. The disposal process creates the audit trail that documents the appropriate disposal. Personnel must be authorized by their agency to dispose of or request surplus property. Remember, as a rule of thumb, when it comes to general property, DOAS will typically follow the disposal flow of redistribution before sale, sale before recycle, and recycle before destruction. The state personal property disposal flow begins with redistribution. This includes transfer between state agencies, direct negotiated sale to local governments and eligible nonprofit organizations, or vendor returns. Transfers are just that, moving assets from one state entity to another. You don't need DOAS approval to move property within your own agency. Direct negotiated sales move property from a state agency to a local government, such as a county or city, or to an eligible nonprofit organization. Please contact the Surplus Property Division if you need to know if an organization is eligible. There is always a service charge for any property received, and restrictions apply. DOAS surplus staff will determine the service charge so the pricing is consistent. Vendor returns are trade-ins on new, like property. Say your agency needs new lawn equipment. The agency procurement staff will work with a state contracted supplier and offer the old equipment for its trade-in value. The discount can be authorized in lieu of payment for the old property. If we can't redistribute the property, next comes sales. Sales can occur on an internet auction site like eBay, at a live auction, or in a retail format. Generally, all sales are conducted in a bidding process where the highest bid wins the property. We can set the price of property if its original acquisition cost was under $5,000. If property can't be redistributed or sold, we try to recycle. Recycling is a form of destruction and must be authorized before it is destroyed, particularly when it comes to electronics, which we'll cover shortly. Finally comes the trash process. Remember that waste is a resource in the wrong place, and it's our job to put it in the right place. Disposing of trash always is an expense to the state. Any transaction that does not generate revenue should be approached in a way that avoids expense. Some other points to consider when disposing of property. Don't embellish the quality or operating conditions. Stick to just the facts. And never forget that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Item-specific photos will always generate higher sales prices. When in doubt, always attach a photo. First, sets always sell better than pieces. It's important to always provide a 100% accurate amount, as we can't sell about quantities. Second, destruction should always be considered if an asset is not worth more than $20. Third, developing strong community relationships is a way to make your agency stand out more, as is negotiating sales to eligible governments. Let's move on to electronics. It's extremely important to note that electronic components are classified as hazardous materials by the Environmental Protection Agency, and when undergoing disposal, you need to take data security issues into account at all times. All electronic components may be sent directly for destruction to the DOAS contract vendor. Only the DOAS vendor may destroy state electronics. PCs and other computing devices may be transferred or sold only after the agency head or CIO ensures that the electronic devices have had all data storage devices removed. At the same time, it's important that this is the only thing removed from the device. All counts must be accurate to the piece, and if anything other than the data storage devices have been removed, then the only process it can undergo is recycling. There's no need to remove hard drives or other components. Stack and wrap the equipment as is, and the DOAS contractor will remove the property. Now, let's take a look at the asset flow involved in the vehicle disposal process. Vehicles can be sold on site or sent off to an auto auction vendor. Regardless of the method, you must have the original title before we can process the disposal. All state markings and the license plate must be removed. Any transportation costs will need to be paid for by the disposing agency. If the vehicle had been in an accident, please contact DOAS Fleet Management to verify if it is covered under the state's auto physical damage program. If it is, you will receive disposal instructions from them. If on-site disposal is applicable, you'll need to enter a transfer per vehicle in AssetWorks. Always attach a completed vehicle inspection form, as well as copies of the front and back of the title to the disposal request. A minimum of 4 JPEG photos will be required, showing various aspects of the vehicle, inclusive of the front corner, back corner, engine compartment, and interior. Specific instructions are provided in the AssetWorks instructional video. We believe that reuse is recycling, which is why we work to redistribute, sell, recycle, and then trash. Remember, waste is a resource in the wrong place. Should you require any more information or insight when it comes to our asset flow processes, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us at any time. The Georgia Department of Administrative Services, improving efficiency, compliance, and workforce performance.